Well, that judgment was there, but now the Court of Appeal in Asaba, Delta State, on Monday upheld the judgment of a lower court banning the Federal Road Safety Corps Commission from operating on state and local roads in the country. And now, it was in 2019 that the Federal High Court in the state had held that the Federal Road Safety Corps has no legal right to operate or carry out any activity on roads belonging to state and local governments. Now, a lawyer member of the Nigerian Bar Association filed the case against the Federal Road Safety Corps, that's Darlington Ikimi. Then, well, now that the Court of Appeal has upheld that decision by the lower courts, the Federal Safety Corps says they would appeal that. But let's get an understanding into the matter right now. And we're joined this morning by we're joined this morning by the Managing Counsel, Kunle Edun Legal. Kunle Edun, good morning to you and thanks for being here.
Good morning, Nigerians.
Yes, thanks for being on the program. Well, you are the lawyer, who filed the case, right? Help with an understanding of this and what we have on our hands. How best would you explain this to Nigerians?
Thank you very much. As a matter of fact, the plaintiff in the case happens to be a lawyer to Darlington Ugo Eri. He's a member of the NBA Warri, and this incident happened when I was the vice chairman of the NBA Warri and also the chairman of the Human Rights Committee. So I was now assigned to take up the matter by the NBA Warri. So it's actually a case sponsored by the NBA Warri branch of the Nigerian Bar Association. So, like rightly stated, the matter was argued inter partes at the Federal High Court, and judgment was entered for the plaintiff to the extent that federal road safety personnel and whatever facilities they have, whatever tools they have, they should go and use it on the federal roads. So, and thereafter they went to the Court of Appeal, and you're already aware that the Court of Appeal affirmed that judgment. But there's this misgiving that it's been pursued or pushed by some persons. Look, the judgment did not say that the Federal Road Safety Commission cannot collaborate with state governments and local governments. They can still collaborate. But what the judgment is saying is that the Federal Road Safety Commission and its personnel cannot, on their own, go onto state roads or local government roads and start doing their extortionist activities or doing road check. No, they can't do that. But they can actually also be invited by state governments and local government to come and assist and collaborate in terms of road safety and road checks on the roads, which is okay, which the law also supports. So, but every Nigerian knows that, as a matter of fact, the FRSC personnel, they don't do that. We know what they do on the road. In fact, as it is right now, we don't even know who is worse in terms of extorting a motorist on the road, whether it's the Nigerian police, whether it's the military, or whether it's even the FRSC. Because we know what they do on the road. Everything they do on the road is actually geared towards collecting money, extorting motorists. If this lawyer himself, he was actually going to cut the money when he was stopped and flagged down by the FRC personnel. He was going to cut early in the morning, and he was stopped on a street road in Warri, Ajamora Road. A street road, very, very far away from the federal highway. So I was now asking, what were these guys doing there? It's just because they were just carrying out extortionist activities.
Is it fair to Kunle Edun? Is it fair to generalize and box certain officers of the Federal Safety Corps and generalize that is what the agency does? I think it's rather unfair to box everyone in the same picture, to say that they carry out extortionist activities. Yes, of course, in agencies we find certain persons go against the ethics of the job.
I know why you are taking a neutral position. I understand that, and I commend you for that. But I am a lawyer first and foremost. I hold myself and the country the duty to always speak the truth. We Nigerians know what they do on the road. We Nigerians see them. So if some of us choose to be silent about it, I choose not to be silent.
All I'm saying, Kunle, is that it's not all officers of the Federal Road Safety Corps who do this.
Cannot be all of them.
Yes.
It cannot be all of them. But some of them do, and we all see them on the road.
Right.
Let me tell you one to my very good friends. If actually they are carrying out their assignments as stated in the law, road check, road safety activities, everything, I bet you nobody would have bothered. We would even applaud them. But that is not what most of them are actually doing on the road. That is not what they are doing. You understand? Even in situations where you find where there are road accidents, traffic hold-ups, even on federal highways, you hardly see them. You hardly see them.
But
so it's quite painful.
Yes, go on.
So these were the underlying reasons why the NBA Warrior said, as the vice chairman, take this matter up. Let's go to court and let the court determine the extent of their jurisdiction, whether they have any power to operate on state roads and or local government roads. And good enough, the trial court and the appellate court all agreed. So it's a concurrent judgment that this person, as a matter of fact, look, federal road safety is federal rules. They don't even need the courts to tell them that they have no business being on state road, local government roads, because the name is federal road safety, federal roads. Of course, I've heard that they want to appeal. It's their right to appeal. It's their right to appeal. They are welcome. But I know that the Supreme Court of Nigeria would not depart or differ from the decision already reached by the trial court and the lower court, because the law is so settled on this issue. And let me send this out as
Are you preempting the Supreme Court, though?
Yeah.
I did a case, so I am very strong and very firm on the law that I'm citing. But let me give you an advice. When you remember the very case, and I gave the same advice, when a citizen of the country challenges executive impunity or lawlessness, and he wins the case at the trial court, what a responsible government should do is to go back and do some kind of surgical operations of all they have been doing, whether they have been doing it right or wrongly. You don't just issue a notice and look, I'm going to appeal. By the way, it is taxpayers' funds they are going to waste on this appeal. It is their right, but it's taxpayers' funds. So what I expected that they would have done, okay, let's look at this thing over again and let's start doing the right thing. It's not a matter of we will appeal. You can't threaten Nigerians. Your country belongs to all of us. Not rule of law, not rule of terror, not rule of impunity.
Now that the judgment had been delivered, remember that, if you recall, the FRSC is saying that implies that when there's an emergency on Trunk B and Trunk C roads, you can call your state coordinators of the road safety corps, but certainly not the FRSC. What's your reaction to this?
Yeah, thank you, my very good friend. When I read it, I was like shocked. Can a responsible agency of government make such a childish and petty statement? I still believe that did not come from FRSC. But if it actually came from the FRSC, then it is most unfortunate. Like I did say earlier, the FRSC can still collaborate. Like in Delta State here, FRSC, the Delta State government and the Federal Safety Commission, they collaborated and they set up a training institute of the FRSC somewhere in Delta North. That is the collaboration we are talking about. And by the way, if they are saying that based on this judgment that whenever there are emergency that involves lives, and if they are caught upon, they will not respond to such calls, they don't have that right. Because FRSC today is being funded by taxpayers' funds. A state government can rightfully, anything can actually call upon the FRSC. Look, there are emergencies here. Can you bring your facilities, your tools to assist? The police does it. The military does it. The Navy, Army, and Air Force, they do it to assist the police.
Are
they not getting involved in the monitoring of elections? When they get involved, it's a collaboration we are talking about. Not that they will just go onto federal roads and start stopping motorists and harassing them. Don't do that. This is for crying out. This is the country of rule of law.
Yes, morally it is. You can say that yes, they ought to respond to these things, and in collaboration with state governments. But the implication of the judgment itself is saying stay off these roads, right? Why would you blame them if they then insist, all right, since this judgment has said, and we want to be law abiding, right? This judgment says stay off trunk B and C, which is state government and local government roads. Don't go there. Why then should I do that?
Sir, the FRSC should stop threatening Nigerians. Do we have the statistics of the number of interventions they have made in emergencies? No. But we have the statistics. Nigeria have the statistics of how they stopped motorists, how they harass motorists on state roads and local government roads. You know, okay, let them stay on the federal roads. Because certainly that is where you have many motorists over speeding, many bad roads. So let them stay on federal roads. The bit they can do, let them do on the federal roads. Then other state governments, it's an opportunity for them to also set up similar agencies, you understand, to do the needful, you understand, in terms of intervention, emergencies, to help motorists on the road. So federal authorities should stop threatening Nigerians, should stop threatening state government and local governments. If they don't want to get involved when they are called upon, no problem. But let them focus on the federal roads. People are still dying on the federal roads. Accidents still occur on the federal roads. In this case, do you want to tell me that you see the FRSC there? So what are they saying? It's too petty.
All right.
The argument from there is petty.
All right, Kunle, thank you very much for your time, for giving us your time. We know you are in court, but you just informed us that you had to leave the court to attend to this interview. Because of our time, before you, I don't know if Kingsley has any other question, but you were saying that you are ready and prepared if the matter goes to the Supreme Court. What likely would have been putting forward at the Supreme Court if they eventually now appeal this?
No. I did not say I'm prepared for the matter to go to. They are the ones that are threatening Nigerians that they're going to use taxpayers' funds to appeal the judgment to Supreme Court instead of doing the needful. So I said, of course, if they file the appeal, which is their right, constitutional right, of course, my client also has a constitutional right to defend or respond to the protesters filed at the Supreme Court, which we are going to do. By the way, I am doing this case pro bono. So let them continue to be spending taxpayers' funds. But in as much as a lawyer, my first duty is to ensure that there's rule of law, and impunity does not reign in this country. I will continue to fight this cause with the breath that I have and by the grace of God Almighty. We need to make our country better.
All right. We want to especially thank you, Kunle Edun, for being on the program. Kunle Edun is a human rights activist and lawyer. Appreciate you for being on the program and indeed for making time, sacrificing that few minutes to talk to us on the radio this morning.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
God bless you too. Okay, that's Industry Hub today. Brought you that real quick so you can stay abreast with the activities of the Federal Road Safety Corps. It will be interesting to get the point of view of the Corps as well in coming days. Well, what we do know is that the Corps Marshal of the Federal Road Safety Corps Commission, Dauda Bu, has said the Corps is yet to obtain a certified true copy of the judgment restricting its operations to federal roads. And indeed, he's quoted as saying that as soon as they obtain that judgment, the certified true copy of the judgment, they will take time to look at the judgment and make an informed decision on that, and that until then they urge the public to remain calm. And also is reported to have said that the implication of the judgment, in the media, is that, as reported in the media, by the way, is that their personnel, that's personnel of the Federal Road Safety Corps, would not attend or rescue crash victims on roads other than federal roads. So since there's a court judgment now, it's just the one from the Court of Appeal affirming that of the lower courts from 2019.
Yeah.
And so you're not expected to see Federal Road Safety personnel on roads belonging to states and local government. So where they are restricted to are federal roads,
right?
The highways and the rest.
Expressways, highways.
Yeah. Some expressways belong to state government.
Well, yeah, that's true. That's true.
It depends, and you then need to do your checks and be sure that you can call out personnel of the Federal Road Safety Commission who you find on certain roads. If you find them in your streets, that means, except they are just passing by, maybe,
or they live around,
or their office is in that location. But if you find them operating, and they've said, okay, they reportedly said they will not be responding to crashes and emergencies there in those streets, so don't expect them also to respond
according to what they're saying.
Well, All right.
Well, the appropriateness, the propriety or otherwise of that statement is it's really something that you want to reason with. Even your humanity. Forget the fact that you are an FRS official. You're just a normal, regular human being, and there's a distress call. Because you are FRS and you're saying that because of that you're not going to respond to that distress call, and you had the means to, it calls to question the level of humanity that you have for such people.
Well, that is one. We as Nigerians also bash people when they don't obey court judgment, right?
Oh well.
I'm just saying. All right, let's leave things there on Industry Hub today and go straight to Social Buzz.
It's super social on the Social Buzz. The Social Buzz on the Law FM.